Our lab has several drones. So far, we use this Phantom 4 the most often. This we use it for detecting flowers from the strawberry field. That we fly this Phantom 4 at about 3 meters above the beds, the strawberry beds, and scan each row. And eventually, we use software called Pix4D to stitch all those images and create a map of the entire strawberry field. And from that map, we also developed deep learning models to detect the number of flowers. So and create a yield map. No, not a yield map. Create a map showing how many flowers are there at different location. So using that information, farmers can predict that how many fruit will come out in about a month, so they can allocate the labors. So this bigger drone it basically does the same thing as the smaller Phantom 4, but as you can see, it's much bigger. That means it can carry much heavier cameras. Like we also have another type of camera called the hyperspectral camera. That the hyperspectral camera will also detect the range around the visible range and a little bit above that. But what's different with the hyperspectral camera is, for a normal camera like the one RGB camera, a Canon camera, you detect 3 bands within entire visible range. So that's 3 bands are RGB. The hyperspectral camera will give you the number for every 2 nanometers. That means within the visible range, that's about 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer, say 300 nanometer, it will output 150 different values on each pixel. So that will give us much richer information to analyze. Sometimes you can see very detailed information that will help us differentiate, say, the health of a crop or the different water stress, like that. That we use hyperspectral camera. But hyperspectral camera is normally much bigger, much heavier. So a Phantom 4, like this small drone, will not be able to carry that. So then in that case, we will need the much bigger drone to use the hyperspectral camera.